2021, whereby we shall learn more about this Outlook. The Outlook has so many things as an individual you are supposed to know, so that by the end of maybe you want to use the Outlook in a professional way. For example, you want to send the messages and then you do not know how to send. Today I'm going to show you how to do all these things, so that by the end of this lesson everybody will understand. In our case, we are going to use the Outlook 2021, whereby if you look at the screen now, we have some of the topics that are specific we are going to cover, because these are the topics, the main topics that we have in the Outlook 2021. But still we have some of the subtopics. If you look at this office space basics, that is a topic. We have introduction to Outlook, that is also another topic. And then we have managing messages, that is also another topic. If you look at all these topics, these are the topics that Outlook 2021 we are going to cover. Then here, if you look at this one also, we have some other things here at the bottom. We have the index, we have the grocery, and then we have how to use these calls, and then also we have the Rico notice. But for our case, for example, if I want to skip all these things, I can either decide to use the index to go to specific topic that I want, or I can decide to use the grocery also to go to specific maybe place I want. So in our case, because we want to start by one to one, so that at least by the end of it we understand. So let me take you to index, so that you see when we talk of the index, what it means is that you can maybe decide to choose which one topic you want to learn more about. So as you can see, we have so many of them here. You can click on a specific topic or these subtopics, and then maybe you want to learn more about it, and then you open it and then you learn. Here we have the alphabetical order. If I want to go to S, I can go to S. If I want to go to Q, I can go to Q. Then it selects. And then you can also move to what we call the grocery. As you can see here also, if I select this one, you see there is a small summary there, definition of some of the terms that we expected to learn in the Outlook. So it is very nice. If you get this one, it's very nice for you to learn more about the Outlook 2021, because it's the best you can ever get. So for example, if it is copying simply means to duplicate a selected part, or you see so many things about that one. So in our case, we want to return to the main menu. So in the main menu, we want to start. So let's look at how to use this course. So by the
These are the learning objectives for this chapter. Click Next to begin your learning.
So here we are seeing some of the objectives of this course. These are some of the objectives that by the end of this course we are supposed also to understand. For example, we are supposed to understand the introduction to Professor Teaches, and then it is going to take us the approximate time of 30 minutes. All this, it is going to take us approximate of 30 minutes. So I think we can start, and then as we learn more about it, and then the course, how we navigate through the courses using the main menu, working with the different chapters. And then we shall look at also the types of interactions, and then we shall proceed to using bookmarks. How do we use all those bookmarks? And then we shall also see how using the indexes, and then maybe using the grocery, and then we shall learn more how about Professor answers all these questions that we need. And then from there we shall look at the skill assessment, how this skill assessment it is going to test our understanding. So as you can see, under the objective we have that one, we are in the first page out of 38 pages remaining. So we want to proceed, so let's proceed.
Welcome to the Professor Teaches Learning System. This unique learning system includes a comprehensive training course, Professor Answers, and skill assessment. In this How to Use This Course chapter, you'll learn the fundamentals of using Professor Teaches. In the training course, you'll perform interactive simulations in a realistic environment. Easy navigation, concise chapter summaries, and quizzes, as well as a helpful index and glossary, ensure your training will be complete. The unique Professor Answers feature provides just-in-time training, right when you need it. Skill assessment helps you to reinforce the training objectives by testing knowledge acquired in the training course. Click the Next button below to continue.
Each Professor Teaches topic utilizes a teach box to help you navigate the learning content. Currently displayed on screen are 4 common navigation buttons. Next and Back navigate you between pages. The Menu button and the Options button on the teach box can also be used for navigation. Please review the on-screen text for a brief description. You will learn about the other teach box options later in the chapter. To continue in this chapter, please click the Next button below. This is the Professor Teaches main menu. The main menu is where you access all of the training content of this course. Each course is organized into chapters. Each chapter contains several learning objectives. Let's take a look at the elements of the main menu screen. The tab behind the Professor Teaches banner indicates which course you are currently viewing. The main menu contains several chapter buttons. You can click each chapter button to launch the chapter, or you can click the chapter drop-down button to see a list of objectives and chapter-specific options. The chapter drop-down menu lets you start the course from the beginning or choose a specific chapter objective. You can also use the drop-down menu to navigate to the chapter's summary and quiz. The checkboxes adjacent to the objectives chart your progress through a particular topic. A solid check mark indicates that an objective has been completed. An outline check mark indicates that an objective has been started but not finished. A red check mark displays on the chapter button when all of the objectives and the chapter quiz have been completed. Other buttons available on the main menu allow you to exit the course, access this How to Use This Course chapter, or access the course index and glossary. When you start a chapter by clicking the Begin Chapter option on the chapter drop-down menu, a Learning Objectives page will display. There are 2 ways to begin your training from the Objectives page. Click the Next button on the button bar, or click a topic in the objective list to jump directly to that topic. Each Objectives page displays a clock that indicates the approximate time it will take to complete the chapter. Most pages in a chapter contain a teach box. Teach boxes contain instructional text, controls for navigating the course, and a description of actions that you will need to perform to advance through the training. Next, let's take a look at the features of a teach box more closely. As you have seen, each Professor Teaches course is organized into chapters, which are then subdivided into topics or learning objectives. Chapter titles display at the top of the teach box, to the right of the Professor Teaches banner. The tab under the chapter title displays the current topic.
Teaching content displays in the space below the topic title. Any action that the user needs to perform displays in the white area below the instructional content. Performing the interactions advances the course to the next page. If no action is displayed, you will need to click the Next button to advance the course.
Any word in the teaching content that appears in a different color is called a hot word. Hot words are typically words that you may not be familiar with. Click the hot word and its definition will display above the teach box. To close the hot word definition, click anywhere on the page outside the definition pop-up. At the top right corner of the teach box is the page counter, which shows the current page number as well as the number of pages in the current chapter. At the bottom of the teach box are the back and next navigation buttons and other control buttons: show, hide text, audio on, off, menu, and options. Let's take a closer look at the options menu. Clicking the options button will display the options menu. You can click anywhere outside the menu to close it. Occasionally you may want to move the teach box to get a better look at the current page. To move a teach box, click the title bar and while holding down the left mouse button, reposition the mouse pointer elsewhere on the page. When you reach the desired location, release the mouse button. You can also get a better look at the page by minimizing the teach box. Clicking the Show Hide Text button will reduce the teach box so that only the title bar displays. Click the button again to maximize the teach box. Try moving, minimizing, and maximizing the teach box now. A summary of the chapter's objectives immediately follows the instructional content. This summary reinforces what you have learned in the chapter and helps you prepare for a 5-question quiz that follows the summary. The last feature of each chapter is a 5-question quiz. Use the quiz to test your retention of the instructional material presented in the chapter. When you've completed the quiz, return to the main menu to continue your training. As you work through a chapter, you will be asked to perform different types of actions, such as clicking or typing. Let's take a moment to get familiar with Professor Teach's interactions. Here is an example of a try again. You will be prompted by the action text to perform a specific action. If you make a mistake or need further assistance, try again feedback is provided with more detailed instructions on how to successfully complete the task. The most common action you will be asked to perform is clicking. Pressing and quickly releasing the leftmost button on your mouse is referred to as clicking. In a Professor Teaches course, you will be asked to click toolbar buttons, menu options, and various screen elements. To perform some tasks, you may be asked to double-click or right-click. Let's take a look at some typical Professor Teaches interactions. Professor Teaches courses use different identifiers to locate elements on the page. You may see a red arrow indicating a screen element to click, or a red rectangle to call attention to a specific area of a page. Pop-up text may also be used to expand upon the instructional content of the teach box. Let's see how these elements work.
Several interactions require you to enter information into text boxes, dialog boxes, or address bars. To do so, you will need to type specific text. Let's try entering text now by renaming a file. An on-screen virtual keyboard is available for users without a physical keyboard, allowing for the input of text. Tap the field, then tap Ask from the taskbar, and then tap back in the field before typing. Several interactions require you to enter information into text boxes, dialog boxes, or address bars. To do so, you will need to type specific text. Let's try entering text now by renaming a file. An on-screen virtual keyboard is available for users without a physical keyboard, allowing for the input of text. Tap the field, then tap Ask from the taskbar, and then tap back in the field before typing.
Another important interaction you will encounter is dragging. Dragging can be used to move an object from one location to another, to size windows and objects, to create shapes, or to scroll pages. To drag, press the mouse button down and simultaneously move the mouse pointer to another location. Once your mouse pointer is located at the intended destination, release the button. Professor Teaches offers a convenient feature called bookmarks. Bookmarks let you mark topics for quick reference. If you want to flag a topic that was difficult or of particular interest, bookmarking provides a handy means to do so. The bookmark feature is available on the Options menu. Read the options for saving a bookmark and using the bookmarks you create. After you save a bookmark, clicking the Go To button will navigate to the first page of that topic. The index, accessed from the main menu, the Options menu, or by using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+I, will help you locate a specific reference within the course. You can locate a term in the index in different ways. One is to click the letter button at the right of the page. By doing so, the display list will jump to entries that begin with that letter. Another method is to use the scroll bar to scroll through all of the entries. By double-clicking an entry in the index list, Professor Teaches will navigate you to the page in the course where that reference is discussed. You can access the course glossary from the main menu, the Options menu, or by using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+G. To find a glossary entry, click a letter on the alphabetic keyboard, or use the scroll bar to navigate the list of entries. When you locate the term you need to find, click the term to see the definition displayed in the Definition of Selected Term window. When you are finished with the glossary, click the Return button to return to the page in the course where you left off. Each Professor Teaches course comes with a separate, unique application that gives you access to just the content you want. You'll install Professor Answers separately to provide just-in-time training whenever you need it. This valuable tool allows you to quickly access assistance while you're running the application. A one-time only install is all you need for Professor Answers to work with any Professor Teaches course you run. Professor Answers is a standalone program available from your desktop that allows you to search or browse Professor Teach's content. Using the search feature, you can locate Professor Teach's content based upon keywords that you enter, or you can browse specific Professor Teach's topics to access the training content. There are many advantages to Professor Answers, but it is most useful when using the application you've learned from Professor Teaches. Since it is available from your system's taskbar, it is always just one click away. You can use it for quick reference to recall how to perform a particular task.
Professor Teaches is a complete learning system consisting of 3 components to provide the most comprehensive training available: the Professor Teaches training course, Professor Answers, and skill assessment. Evaluation is a critical component to any training program to help determine knowledge proficiency. Skill assessment, available with your Professor Teaches installation, helps you reinforce the training objectives by testing knowledge acquired in the training course. By answering a series of questions in various formats, such as true or false, multiple choice, and fill in the blank, you can obtain reports of your learning progress. Skill assessment provides you with a pretest to evaluate your skills prior to taking a Professor Teaches course, and a post-test to measure your knowledge following the completion of the course.
I think we have now seen how to use this course. Now, later in our courses, or in our new video, we shall dive in how Outlook, we start from the topics that we said, so that by the end of it we understand Outlook 2021. Because when we talk of the Outlook 2021, we mean simply all the Outlooks. You can use them because they have the same features. Therefore, you can decide maybe to use the Outlook 2021, Outlook 2024. I have seen it. Then we have the other ones from the past, Outlook 2020, 2007, and the others. So until that time, see you next in the next lesson. Bye bye.